Uh, this is the story of like 1 week ago, last Thursday. Um, what happened last Thursday? Last Thursday. Last Thursday, I took a train ride home after a comedy show. Um, and this is that story. The train ride. But it started. It was just all. It was a rough day for me. My mental state was strange because I had planned. There was a movie I wanted to see, um, and then I also had tickets for a comedy show after the movie, and the movie was on Sunset. The comedy show was on Sunset, so I had kind of like planned it that I'd be able to see this movie, and then take the bus down Sunset and see the comedy show. But the movie, for whatever reason, when I showed up at the theater, they couldn't play it. They just had like their file was wrong, so I couldn't see the movie. So I drank a Starbucks, I drank a coffee from Starbucks, and I was like, oh, I got all this free time to kill. I'm just gonna walk straight down Sunset all the way to the comedy theater instead of taking the bus. And I'll like see something along the way. Who knows? Whatever. And I did. I just set out walking. But I'm walking down like Fountain, and there's not really anything on Fountain. It's mostly residential. Um, and and so I don't like it was such a pointless walk. I just walked like 5 miles for no reason. There's nothing on the street. Barely anything. And as I'm walking, because I had just like had this coffee, I start really desperately needing to pee. And I keep telling myself like, oh, I'll find I'll find some place to eat, and then I'll be able to like go in and pee and get some food because I'm hungry. It'll all be like convenient and cool. But like I never come across anything, and I just slowly become more and more in danger of like pissing myself in my pants. I really need to pee. To the point that I had decided, or I'd given up on like finding a store. I was like, no, I just need to find a dark place, and I will pee on the street. I had accepted that was going to be where I peed, and I even like I walked. There was a children's park that I came across, and I walked into the children's park because it was open, and I was like, oh, well, this is, no one's going to see me here. This is shaded from view. But then I felt too guilty about being in a park, and I came to like a freeway overpass, and the gate next to it had been like cut. A hole was cut in the gate, and so I climbed through, and I'm on the banks that are like next to the freeway, where it's just like, the bank's kind of dirt patch, and I'm like walking around next to a freeway on these embankments, and I'm like, all right, I'll pee here. Like, this is like, whatever. People on the freeway will see me, but not a big deal. But it was like all kind of homeless people lived there. Like, they were little homeless, like, built shacks. And I didn't want to pee next to like a homeless shack. I thought that would be rude to the homeless person. And it was crazy. I was just like in all the craziest places with no confidence to actually like follow through and just pee somewhere. I feel like if you've decided that you're gonna pee in public, then you just have to pee in public and with confidence. With confidence. I made it to the comedy show. I didn't really enjoy it. Part of it might have been that I had spent like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, like walking around, looking frantically, like looking for a place to pee. Um, but you know, whatever. It was a comedy show. And then I come home and I like get on the train to come home, and I'm like, finally, like the night's over. Because I was not in a great mood. And the train is in the station about to pull out as I like get into the station. And so I have to like rush to make it onto the train. I get really fast. And so I run in and then just sit down wherever I can find a seat. The first place, which ended up being, there was a guy like slumped over, and so I just sit down next to him. That was like the first seat that I saw. And it turns out he was slumped over because he was missing an arm. He only had one arm and was smoking crack, and had like rigged it up where he put his like an aluminum foil kind of like base. He had like the aluminum foil on a little tray, and he was balancing that on his legs. And then he had like a lit. He had another aluminum foil like straw in his mouth, and he was like balancing the crack on his legs, and then dipping down with the straw in his mouth and lighting it to smoke it, because like it's not easy if you're and just like blowing crack in my face because I shouldn't have sat next to him. I get, sorry buddy, for invading your privacy, for you to like smoke crack on the train, and he was just blowing crack in my face. And and I sat next to him for like for one stop, because I didn't want to just like get up and like walk away. I thought that'd be rude also for this guy. But then at the very next stop, I get up and just go to the next car, to switch car, to find like a different place to sit. And that was very surprising, because in the first car that I was in, that I like rushed into, not only was I next to this one-armed guy who was blowing crack in my face, but the whole car just smelled like pee. It's sometimes I take metro all the time. Like a lot of times it does, and it was late at night, it was like midnight or whatever. So sometimes it smells like pee. A bunch of homeless people were sleeping. There was like a bottle on his feet that I think was full of pee. And there was like the music coming from somewhere. Like there's just like trap music playing in the car, and it was all like darkly lit. And then as soon as I like got out and transferred over to the next car, it was one of the new cars, because sometimes they have new cars now on the trains, and it was brightly lit, and there was no trap music. There were like very few homeless people, which was surprising. It didn't smell bad. It was like a world, even though it was just one car next to each other, a world's difference. A world of difference. Yeah, the music is finished, and so I feel like I gotta wrap this video up. I don't really have a message or a moral. Just what's going on, Terrence? I saw a bad comedy show, and I sat next to a one-armed. He blew crack in my face. That's this one.